Well, a warm welcome to our March edition of our Market Wrap. My name's Simon Pintado from the Buxton Real Estate Group. Another fantastic, record-breaking month actually. Unbelievable by way of confidence, very, very low on stock levels, and certainly a lot of confidence out there, particularly in the higher end of the market, which has flowed down into the lower ends of the market as well. That has also been boosted and enhanced by the stamp duty savings, which I mentioned in last month's video, which will be coming into effect as of 1 July, but I will touch on that in just a moment's time. Let's give you some information as to the high-end sales that transpired over the month of March. First one was number 15 Uwanga Road in Bentleigh. That was a beautiful family home heading down Jasper Road towards South Road. That was a property that we sold after auction for 1.7 million. We also had number 21A Wild Cherry Road in Ormond. That was a beautiful 40 square townhouse, a number of years old. It was sitting on over 500 square meters. We auctioned and sold that property, wait for it, for 1,775,000. So a fantastic result for those vendors there who have now also since secured a home with us, basically off market, which is fantastic for them too. Another one which just happened over the weekend, number 283 Poath Road in Murrumbeena, only 575 square meters by way of land component, but a beautiful home, a beautiful renovation. We sold that at auction for 2.2 million. So a fantastic result, particularly on Poath Road, a main road, huge result, sub 600 square meters. I auctioned and sold number 12 Ardwick Street in Bentleigh. That was where we did our video the other week. Number 12 Ardwick Street in Bentleigh. That was a property that we auctioned and sold under the hammer for just shy of 2.5 million. It sold for 2.475 million. A huge price for that property. It was a 4-year-old Glenville home. Thank you so much, Rhoda and Roger. I'm sure you're going to be watching this. Thank you so much for entrusting me with the sale of your beautiful home. It was a pleasure working with you both. And dun, 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 the biggest sale for the month. It is going to be, by the time you see this video, it will be the biggest sale ever recorded in Bentleigh outside of the McKinnon School Zone. That was number 6 Gwendoline Avenue in Bentleigh. It was a beautiful, huge, high-end family home, as I said, outside of the McKinnon School Zone. That was a property that we transacted last week for 3,040,000. The last record, if you remember, was some years ago in Rose Street for 2.93 million. 6 Gwendoline Avenue has just broken the record for 3,040,000. So some huge, unbelievable things happening out there in the 3204 and the 3165 postcodes. Tremendous confidence for you as potential vendors who are looking to do renovations. Those results in Ardwick Street and Gwendoline Avenue, these are now setting the precedent, setting the bar for new homes or high-end homes and what they could potentially achieve should they be put under the correct competition and the advice taken by the vendors that we entrust them to do, obviously prior to putting the property on the market, means that such amazing results like this can actually take place. Ladies and gentlemen, for the month of March, the average clearance rate at auction was around the 81% mark. For Buxton Bentleigh, it was actually much higher than that. We sat around the 97% mark for the month of March. Obviously a lot lower number of stock, so basically less properties actually put to market, which we're still unsure as to why that potentially is. My personal take on it is that perhaps people are thinking, well, the market is so overinflated at the moment that if we do sell, we're not quite sure what we're going to be able to buy back into, which we think has probably boosted a lot of the off-the-plan sales that we have had in the last month or so, which has been fantastic, obviously, for those vendors that have been involved with putting their properties on the market for an off-the-plan type sale. Now, to talk to you very, very briefly about these stamp duty savings and the impact that they're going to have for first home buyers is fantastic. If you're buying a property up to 600,000, you will be not having to pay any stamp duty, which I mentioned in the last video. 6 to 750,000, there will be savings, and then 750,000 plus, they're still working out what they're going to be doing for that too. Probably the only people that will be losing out on this type of new legislation that's come in, I should say, is big developers, because a lot of what they do is obviously selling a lot of their properties that they're building are off the plan, and they do like to sell them before construction actually starts. Now that these stamp duty savings will be coming into effect, it will be interesting to see what sort of effect that will have for those developers and obviously any pre-sales that they would be trying to wrap up. So ladies and gentlemen, that's basically it for the month of March. Thank you very much for watching. April is going to be one of those months that's going to be chopped up with Easter and long weekends and things like that. So I think stock levels are going to be down quite a little bit more, obviously during the month of April. However, I do look forward to seeing you at our next edition of our Market Wrap. Thank you very much for watching.